everybody, this is Lola Chris, and tonight I'm making pandesal. Earlier I made this in the electric mixer, and I proofed it for about an hour. Now we're going to shape it. This is a stage 2 of making a pandesal. The stage 1 is the one I did earlier when I activated the yeast. First we have to get flour. Let's flour the working space here just a little bit so it won't stick, and then you just dump it. Okay, this is a wet dough, so hopefully we can get something out of here. Let's leave it for about 3 minutes so that the dough can rest. And then let's get this is a bench scraper, and this is another one that you can use to remove the flour, the dough from the bowl. It's a lot easier to work with this because it's made of plastic. This one's made of metal. And let's put a little flour on this, just a little flour, and then let's also flour our hands so everything won't stick. And then we have to cut it into 4 parts. It's a very soft dough, or wet dough. So let's cut it into 4 parts. And let's work on one of them at a time. It's really a very wet dough. Okay, let's put that there. All right, let's work with this one. If you can see, it's pretty elastic now. So you shape it into a rectangle, if you can do that, or just shape it. And then roll it into itself. Oh, by the way, let's put the breadcrumbs over here so we can dredge the cylinders, because we're gonna make cylinders out of this dough, 4 cylinders. And back to here, we are going to shape our dough. This dough is very forgiving. You don't have to worry about anything, nothing like you have to perfect this. No, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's not really commercial. You're just doing it for your family at your house. Sometimes it doesn't shape the way you want it, but it's okay. Now, if you notice, you can also put a little flour if you want. So, if you notice, this is fatter at this side, so you can roll it. Roll until it becomes the same as this side. And pinch on all those openings, so if there are openings, just pinch them. Okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. You gotta pinch those. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Marisa, if you're watching this, you can learn from. I mean, it's challenging, but you just have to keep at it. Okay, that's one. And let's go to the next one, this one. So again, stretch into rectangle. Yeah, just roll it. Stretch it into a rectangle and kind of just press your fingers. And then what I would like to do is I'd like to wet the wetter side outside, so when you dredge it in the breadcrumbs, it would stick. The breadcrumbs would stick. You just roll it like that, and if you find that one sticking, either you put a little flour over there, or just use your scraper, bench scraper. Use my bench scraper. They will not be the same as far as the form is concerned. They're going to be different shape because it's a round.
Make it the same thickness.
It's hard because it's round. It's a round thing that I cut into 4 parts. But anyway, so just pinch, 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 pinch. And when it's sticking, just put just a little bit, not too much. You don't want your pandesal to be hard. Okay, pinch and then roll. Roll it. So there will be bigger pandesals and smaller ones. What we do is that we take the edge and we love
Can you
it.
make it all the same?
We try, but it's really not. We can, but it will take too much time. Okay, now dredge. Okay, here my husband is saying I should make it all the same. First, what I do is I cut the edge here, and that's my favorite part. And then this, you cut it into pieces like this, and you put it back there so that you can get all the breadcrumbs to stick on that surface. That's not done yet then. Here. He's trying to help me make it into, so it can be a square one. I think that's what my husband is trying to do. But I don't really care. I don't really bother about those things because anyway, we're not selling it. We're just eating it here. It's for my family to eat. But you know, in the bakery, what they do is they measure it for each pandesal that they make. They measure it. Anyway, here. So first, I'll cut this first. There should only be 6 or 7. Okay, so there are small ones and there are big ones. I don't like to be weighing each pandesal. That's the way we're going to eat it. Okay, now this one, he was able to shape it into this one. And what you do is you just press, 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 press like that. It's a soft dough. Because if it's not a soft dough, it's going to be a hard pandesal. So you just have to work with it. And it's workable. Okay, turn it into itself. And it's a little sticky, so we need to put again nothing secretive. I mean that it's nothing. It's so easy to make. There's no mystery in making pandesal. It just takes patience. And if you love what you do, like I do love baking, then you'll enjoy making pandesal. Because, yeah.
Maliliit yung iba eh. Huwag mo masyadong
It's okay.
liitin.
The small ones, we will bake it separately. Just separate them. Okay. And then you roll. Just roll it like that. Just to make the seams connect to each other. Okay, now this one, you kind of have to spread it. Or you can do that, you can stretch it, but don't stretch it too hard that it will break. You don't want your dough to break. Okay. It's different every time. Like when I cook a dish, it's different every time. For some reason, either like with pandesal, it also depends on the temperature of your home. If it's really hot or it's cold. If it's hot, it will rise quickly, but if it's cold, like winter time, then it will take a longer time for it to rise. Okay, let's seal all that. Seal, 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 and then roll. By the way, I didn't knead this by hand. I used my mixer to do it. It's a lot easier and faster to do it. But if I want to exercise, I need it by hand from beginning to end, because you'll sweat when you knead the dough. See those bubbles? Do you see those bubbles? That means our yeast is active. And there you go. This is a hands-on tutorial of how we make our pandesal. Well, there are countless ways of making pandesal, but this is how I do it. Yeah, and also the ingredients that I put. This is actually the modern day sweet pandesal, which was not the one that I got used to when I was young. When I was young, the pandesal was just there's no sugar. Maybe they did put a little sugar to make the yeast rise, but that's it. It's no egg. Oh, this has egg. Just leave it there. This has egg and it has milk and it has butter. Instead of vegetable oil, I use butter, grass-fed. So there's omega-3s in those butter. Okay, these are smaller ones, but it's okay. Sometimes I like to eat small ones. This one I will bake in the smaller oven in my okay. And then when you do this, you can reshape them. Here, like this one, you can actually reshape them. That's too small. Like this one, you can reshape it like that so it would look nice when it bakes. This, by the way, you have to proof it for about 30 to 45 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let's move that a little bit. And then you can put a little here. You can actually, before putting it, letting it proof for the second time, you can arrange it to maintain the form of the pandesal. Okay, maybe I can put this here. How many? And then you cover it with a towel, with a tea towel, and let it rise for 30 minutes or 45 minutes. I put this in the oven, but don't put the oven on. It has to be off so it would rise, because it's a warm place to put your pandesal to rise. Okay, so now for the second tray. Let's see, I have to check the form because you're forming it now. You just have to do that. Okay,
Tapos na ito, balik ko na.
yeah. Wait, I can have a little. And then again, cover it with a tea towel and let it rise for 30 minutes to 45 minutes in the oven or anything, any place where it's warm in the kitchen. That's all for now, and we're going to show you later when we put it in the oven and after it's done. Okay, all right, bye. See you later.